Jace here, Cameron's here, Sunshine here with me. Gentlemen, we picked up a win. KJ, slow in the beginning. Second half seemed to be great, but give me your thoughts and feelings, my friend.
Yeah, we won a game. It feels good. You know what I mean? That's nice. We scored some good goals as well, and we look like we could have scored more. We need more of that second half. We need more of that second half. We need more of that intensity. We need more of that. Sorry, one sec. Phone's going. Now's not the time, my love. We are winning. We are won the game. You know what I'm saying? We won the game. Can't talk to you right now. But no, on a real, we need more of that second half. The second half was good. Like all the players actually stepped up, and that's something that we was wondering: will they be able to do, especially with how much pressure is on the club right now? Will they step up to just win a game for like even just personal pride for anything? And they did today. And we can look at that first half and we can dissect it because it's Man United. It's very easy to do that. But that second half, the tweaks that Ten Hag made, well done. The adjustments he made to the game, well done. For the players, for stepping up, well done. We need more of that. And if he stays for the end of the to the end of the season, and then we move on afterwards or whatever, just do this. Just get us 3 points so we can go home. That's all you need to do. Score some goals, play decent, get the 3 points. And I just want to say, Marcus Rashford, yeah, this guy has been getting cooked for breathing. The man will breathe and he's getting cooked. The man will train, he gets cooked. The man doesn't train, he gets cooked. No matter what he does, he's getting cooked. And today shows that actually this season, he's actually not been that bad. He's actually been, pound per pound, our most consistent attacker in terms of making things happen, in terms of running at defenders, in terms of the amount of assists he should have this season alone is crazy. Now, people are going to clown him just because, but he feeds kids and his work rate and he looks slow. But that's just noise. Like he's actually been performing to a decent level, and everyone makes out he's being bad. At the end of the day, he's a good player, and guess what? So are Man United players. Man United are not that bad. Our squad is not as bad as Ten Hag's been showing us recently. And going forward, we just need to see more of this.
No, I agree with you on Rashford. I saw some takes at halftime where I thought Rashford was getting a lot of crap. I don't think anybody was particularly great in that first half. But especially in the second, he did what people... And this is the thing. I understand it. One good performance doesn't make up for lots of bad ones. I'm not going to state that they don't, but he defended well. He attacked well. The only part of his game today that annoyed me, he had an opportunity where he broke into the box, maybe about 70 minutes into the game. And I think he had a moment where he went, do I cross or I shoot? He thought about it and then nothing really happened. Where I think if he just opens himself up and shoots or just crosses, we might have got a third goal. Outside of that, he did so many things right today and he got involved and he was back and he was wrestling with players, defending. And we need to see more of that from him because, listen, you look at all the other top sides in the Premier League, nearly every single attacker gets back involved in defending in one way, shape, or form, and we need that. But listen, that cross from him today, that cross that set up that goal, listen, if that's any other attacker, if I know he ain't playing today, but if Saka does it, everybody goes mad, right? If Doku does it tomorrow, everybody goes mad. If Salah does it, everybody goes crazy. That cross from Rashford and the finish from Garnacho, one of the best goals you'll see all weekend. There's no doubt about it. Cam, what's your thoughts and feelings today, mate?
Yeah, man, the switch of play is something that Rashford actually does quite often, and he's actually really good at it. But it's Rashford for nobody. Sorry, Neji would be a guy that has a cat, like the big dude who, like, I know would mess me up, but he's got this little cute cat on his Sorry, it's killing me. For real, though, the first half I was watching, and I was like, man, I'm going to go on, but I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to say. I was struggling in the first half, but as the homie Dom Hussein says, Premier League teams don't play well for 90 minutes. I remember that was the quote. I wrote that down. Realistically, we had a great second half. Our first half was a bit of a struggle. What I really like to see, the man of the match is a tough one. Obviously, there's a few options, but for me, it was Rasmus. His hold-up play today was awesome. It was something that we haven't really seen. We've been talking about him as a guy who's good at running onto the ball. You got to give him the chances when he's facing the goal. Today, he was really good at hold-up play. He was doing the things that you would expect him to do. I loved what I saw from DeLitt. For me, that's Warrior settings. That's Canadian settings. All y'all talk about, hockey and all that. Like that for me, he could have easily, the way we've been playing, the form we're in, how the whole team, everything, he could have easily sat out. He could have said, I'm not good. I can't go on. That blood made it seem like it was it's funny seeing the chat people being like, he was leaking, Terry. What are you talking about? People, you have more blood vessels in your head than anywhere else on your body. You cut yourself tomorrow on the head, just a little nick, and you're going to bleed a lot. I'm not saying he didn't have a deep cut, but it clearly wasn't bad enough for him to come off, which is why he stayed on. And I think in the half, all they had to do was stitch it up. And once it's stitched up, it's fine. So I agree when people were saying like, oh, the medical staff, this or that, there's not much.
Yeah, well, you grew up doing fighting like I did, and I know fighting's a little bit different, but it's a case of until you stitch that up, all it takes is a ball to hit it or a player's arm to run across it, and it opens. Even with Vaseline in it, it's going to open up again.
No, I will challenge that and question, as you ex-sports people, why wasn't the headband?
So
the bandage.
I'll answer that because no matter what happens, until he is stitched up, you put that band on, all it's going to do is bleed through. That's it.
Yeah. And the rules state even if there's blood on the bandage, you got to go off because any blood that shows it doesn't matter. Until you stitch it up, there's very little you can do.
So, and I'm not questioning taking them off. It's the Magic Johnson rule. Like blood in sports has become, ever since that has become really just, you got to take them off. I don't fully agree with it, but at the end of the day, that's what it is. So, but I'm just calling out people saying like he should have been bandaged. It's like, the amount of blood that we saw coming out of his head was going to come out no matter what until he got stitches. So everybody's saying the medical staff screwed up. They didn't, because as soon as they stitched him up, what happened second half? It didn't open because it wasn't that bad. It just looked bad. When it comes to Rashford, I loved what I saw from him today and Garnacho. I do think there's some meritocracy we're seeing a bit this year with Erik ten Hag. I do think there's some, like, getting Garnacho in. Garnacho basically is nailed on for until he shows us otherwise. Today was an impeccable performance from him. He kept us in the game in the first half. I really enjoyed the fact that he shot on sight, that he just was like, screw it. Like, I just got to make something happen. Get me the ball and I'm going to do that. We need somebody in the team to do that. And then when you think about what kind of really kept us in the game was that one save from Onana that people probably won't talk about too much. There's no way he saw that ball. There is no way. You saw fucking come on with the hat, right? Onana didn't have a hat. They showed the view of the ball in the replay from what Onana was seeing, and it was Son. He had to see that at the very last minute. He already guessed where it might have gone. It was an unbelievable save. And I'm going to steal this from you, Neji. Those saves that we used to get before, that's what saves you the game, because that goes in, different game. So that's something that people need to speak about, because everybody loves crashing out on Onana. And I understand he's not the best goal saver, but today this year he's been very good. I think he's been good.
You know what's mad with Onana? He's not the best goal saver, but I don't think anyone is when you're facing 30 shots a game.
You're not.
Like,
do you know? Yeah, but my only issue. Sorry, go on, KJ. Sorry, I thought you finished. Sorry, go on.
The biggest difference between Onana this season and last season, he's had some very good saves, but it's the amount of shots that he has to face and where they're from. Yeah, that's the biggest difference, in my opinion.
I feel it's this. I think he's always made some great saves for us. The problem is last season, and touching wood, it hasn't happened as much this year. It was the amount of shots where you as a fan, you see the shot and you almost stop looking at it because you go, right, where's the counter-attack opportunity? Shit, it's gone through him. He conceded, if I'm saying 10, I might be being a bit modest. He conceded at least 10 goals last year that should be simplistic saves for a League Two goalkeeper, and it went through his legs, it went through his hand, and I think that's why he's got that rep. You know, like aggressive players, whenever they make a hard tackle. I don't know about your commentators, when Casemiro made that great tackle in the first half, the ball then ended up with Bruno, and Bruno tried to volley the ball out to Garnacho. The commentators mind went, "Oh no, Casemiro!" Like he did something wrong. When you watch it, it was the cleanest tackle you'll see. But because Casemiro's got a reputation of being a dangerous tackler, the rhetoric's different. And I feel that way with Onana. He makes great save after great save, but I'm not going to lie. Every shot that goes at him, I am nervous is going in. I can't seem to drop that feeling, and I hope I can. But every time a ball gets shot at him, I think, is this the moment where it goes through him? But he is a good shot stopper. I mean, the stats prove it. He's one of the best shot stoppers in the league. So
It's the stigma, though. That's what it is, man. It's the stigma, and it's what you said. The whole perception of some of the. You're right. A lot of those goals he let in were Mickey Mouse. But at the end of the day, I believe it's not just outfield players that need to adapt to a league. Like there is something to be said about adapting to the pressure of United. Like he's thinking in his head, if I let this goal in, I'm going to get torn to shreds. Probably earlier in his career. I get it. He's 27. He should Champions League final. He shouldn't have that. But it is different. We all know that playing for United is different. The shirt is heavier. So this year, I think that we're seeing him settled. And then now we're seeing what he could do with his feet. You know, that outlet to low. Like for me, I thought Onana was great today, but I got the only player that really I could say kind of disappointed me at times was Delo today, and that was it. Everybody else I think was pretty solid in the second half. No, because he had a few moments where you got
no. I agree with you. Delo was poor. I was disagreeing with the only player. I thought Bruno again was stinking.
Bruno's fine. I'm not. Bruno's got to be really bad for me to hate on him, so I'll let you guys do that.
No. That's fair enough.
No, I hear that. Naji, from your perspective, obviously very important. Whether it's, I don't think this is the right time to talk about should the manager stay or go because he's here. They've obviously backed him for another period of time. The most important thing today was a win and an improved performance. That was delivered in the end. What did you make of it yourself, mate?
I'm happy we got the win. I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't sit here and not talk about results when I've always said I want results. And I'd be also a hypocrite to say that, I would be a hypocrite if I didn't analyse the same way I have the other games and said that we have actually played great football. Like what we saw in the second half, I've seen us play patterns of that in multiple games this season, but we just ain't got the result to show for it. We've missed great chances, clear-cut chances. We spoke about stats earlier regarding Onana, etc. Stats still go for Manchester United in terms of, when we're taking shots and we're creating chances. So the ideology has always been there, in my honest and objective opinion. I've always seen a difference. I don't gain by saying that I've seen something different on the pitch. Like, Mallow, I beg, bro, not today. He's agreeing with me, though. He's agreeing with me. But yeah, I just think it was about time that we started to get goals from what we've seen. And again, the goals were cracking. But I'm with you, Terry. The simple goals are normally the hardest goals. And that comes with consistency and confidence. And when you have a performance that you believe you deserve and then you go and bag goals, it literally gives you that boost that you need. It confirms, and I said it on your last show, it confirms that you are good enough. It confirms that what you're doing on the pitch has going to get you results. And one thing, and you'll know this through sport and yourself, it's genuine case that you'll have these down patches in life. And I feel like Manchester United, I'll forget Ten Hag in general. When shit hits the fan, that mentality we talk about, it has nothing to do whether you've won championships before. It has nothing to do whether you're performing at your best. You have to grind through bullshit in order to then get that feeling of success, because you have to have those experiences to then go, okay, I've seen where we've come from, and now we're now in a different confident place. Once you can ride out the wave and you get that, that's when I believe that level of culture that we've been begging for will come back. Every time we've had bullshit with the managers, by the way, I'm not saying there's no threshold to get rid of a manager. I'm not saying that. So for any of you that's an extremist out there, that's not what I'm saying. But if you can get through these situations and then end up having something positive at the end of it, you start to have this new belief system that, we're good enough. We can do X, Y, Z. And I feel like results and goals would have given Manchester United that a lot sooner if we'd have been clinical in certain situations. We were 6 points off top four, I think, or 7 or 8 maybe, before this game, if I'm right. Correct me if I'm wrong, no problem at all. But if you go and take 6 more points from the last couple of games where you've deserved to win, based on your performances, already we're having different conversations. Already the feelings are different. Now, I'm not saying...
You are right.
Yeah, I'm not saying Ten Hag has been incredible at all. But I do believe most reactions are based off emotions, and I think most of them, yourself, once you're emotionally heightened, you will then get lazy with your perspective because you've already conceded to have this one idea. Like, we finished games and gone, it's been Ten Hag straight away. I'm thinking, have you actually analysed the game? We've created how many chances and how many have we bagged? Like, the style and system has to be good enough for you to get to a situation where you have clear goal scoring opportunities. If it was like LVG, where it was sideways passing and we weren't creating nothing, I'd say, okay, there's something wrong with the style. I genuinely would say that. But I don't believe that's where the main issues have been for every single game this year.
And Najee, I totally get where you're coming from. When you look at today, an example I would give would be Rashford. to your point. It wasn't just the attacking elements. It was, look, we won today. I would be sitting down with him. I don't know him personally, so maybe I would word it differently if I did. But look how you helped us defend today. We won. But look what you did today. It's different from last time. How you got back and you tracked back and you got involved and you made better decisions in these areas and you did X, Y, and Z. It's about showing them that doing the right basic things is what leads to these results. And I think you have to kind of create that ethos of sort of promoting that positive side of things.